In my last video, we obtained the square root of root 2 plus 5 to be this. Please check out the link in the description below to go to that video. In this video, we shall be verifying this result we obtained. Welcome to GER Hub. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be seeing you in this video. So to start the verification, take note, what we want to do is to square the result we got. Okay, so the result we got was 2 all over 10 plus root 92 plus 10 plus root 92 all over 4. That was the result we got for taking the square root of root 2 plus 5. So we hope to square this to get that result back. And if that is true, then it means indeed the square root of 2 plus root 5 gives this result. So let's see. I'm going to start with squaring this. Now, squaring this means taking the square of the square root of the first term, this, okay? So the first term is root 2 all over 10 plus root 2, so we are going to square this result. Then this is 2 times the first and the last. Okay, the first is 2 over 10 plus root 92. The last is 10 plus root 92 all over 4. Okay, then plus the square root, the square of the square root of 10 plus root 92 all over 4. Now, if you square the first term, what you're going to get is the number under the root, which is this. Then this will be 2 times the product of 2 over 10 plus root 92 and 10 plus root 92 over 4 plus the last term, which is this. Okay, so that's what we are going to get. Now, simplifying further, you would get 2 over 10 plus root 92 plus 2. Now this cancels this. 2 cancels itself 1, 2 cancels 4 to give you 2. So this will be left with 2 over root 2, because root 1 in the numerator is 1 all over root 2 in the denominator. So 2 times 1 over root 2 will give you this, plus 10 plus root 92 all over 4. Now I'm going to write this first term as 1 over 2 10 root plus root 92 all over 4. Okay, I'm going to write this. Of course, I've done nothing wrong because it's simply taking reciprocal and writing this to look like this. Okay, so this will be 2 over root 2 all over 1 plus 10 plus root 92 all over 4 all over 1. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to take the LCM. When you take the LCM of this 1 and 1, you will end up having 2 in bracket 10 plus root 92 all over 4. Okay, now if this goes into the LCM, it gives you 1. 1 times 1 gives you 1, plus 1 into this LCM is the LCM times the numerator, and that will give you 4 all over root 2 in bracket 10 plus root 92 all over 4, plus if 1 goes into this LCM, it will give you the LCM. The LCM multiplies the numerator to give you 2 in bracket 10 plus root 92 all over 4 all squared. Okay, now if you simplify further, you're going to have 1 plus 10 plus root 92 all over root 2. And how did that happen? 4 cancelled 4 here, so we were left with this all over this, plus in this other part you have 2 in bracket all expanded. Okay, so the numerator squared all over the denominator squared. The denominator squared will give you 4 squared, which is 16, and the numerator squared will be the first term squared, 100, plus the product of the 2, 10 root 92 times 2, giving you 20 root 92, plus the last term squared, root 92 squared, giving you 92. So that's what you're going to get, and all these will be over 10 plus root 92 all over 2. This time around, I've used this 2 to cancel this, and take note, this will cancel this to give 8. So I'm going to bring that result here. Okay, the last line. I'm going to bring that result in the last line, and that will be 1 over 1, okay, plus 10 plus root 92 all over 2 over root 2 plus, now 100 plus 92 gives 192. I'm going to write this 192 plus 20 root 92 all over 2 has cancelled itself, and 16 to give you 8. So that's what we are going to have here, okay? All over 2. Now, we are going to continue the problem with this. So, let's continue the problem over here. Now, continue the problem, you are going to have this. The LCM in the numerator here will be 8 root 2, clearly. That is the product of 1 root 2 and 8. So I'm still going to leave this as this. Okay, then let's simplify the numerator. 1 into 8 root 2 will give you 8 root 2. 8 root 2 times 1 will give you 8 root 2. So I'm going to write 8 root 2 here. Root 2 into 8 root 2 will give you 8. 8 times 10 will give you 80, plus 8 times root 92 will give you 8 root 92. So that is settled. Then plus, the next thing I'm going to do is 8 into 8 root 2 will give you root 2. So root 2 times 192 will give you 192 root 2. Plus, now if 8 goes into 8 root 2, it will give you root 2. Root 2 times 20 root 92 will give you 40 root 46. Okay? So why is that so? If root 2 multiplies, if 8 goes into 8 root 2, it will give you root 2. 20 root 2 times root 92 will give you 40 root 46. Why? In this 92 lies 46 times root 2. And if that root 2 multiplies the other root 2, that will give you 2. That 2 you get will multiply 20 to give you 40, leaving you with 40 root 46. So the next thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to write this out in this manner, okay? I'm going to write this out in this manner. First of all, let's add this similar sort. 8 root 2 to 192 root 2 will give us 200 root 2 plus 80 plus 8 root 92 plus 40 root 96, okay? Root 46 all over 8 root 2 all over 10 plus root 92 all over 2. So this can be written as 200 root 2 plus 80 plus 8 root 92 plus 40 root 46 all over 8 root 2 times 2 all over, I could write this as 10 plus root 92, okay? So that can be done. Now 2 can actually cancel 1, 2 into 8, 4. And that will reduce everything to 200 root 2 plus 80 plus 8 root 92, okay? 8 root 92 plus 40 root 46 all over, what is left here is 4 root 2. So when it multiplies 10, it gives you 40 root 2 plus 4 root 2 times root 92. That again will give you 8 root 46, okay? So that will give you 8 root 46. Now we can simplify further. To get 200 root 2, okay, plus 80 plus 8 root 92 plus 40 root 46 all over 40 root 2 plus 8 root 46 times the conjugate of the denominator. That is trying to rationalize in this case, and that will be 4 root 2 minus 8 root 46 all over 40 root 2 minus 8 root 46. Now, that will give you the conjugate. Now, I would need a longer line to expand. So I'm going to do this. Okay? So, the denominator, the product of the denominator clearly gives difference of 2 squares. So I'm going to write this 8 root 46 all squared. Okay? Now, for the numerator, we are going to use each term here to expand everything here. So 40 root 2 times 200 root 2 would give you 1,600, or 16,000 rather. And 40 root 2 times 80 will give you 3,200 root 2. 40 root 2 times 8 root 92 would give you 640 root 46. Okay? And I've explained that earlier. 40 root 2 times 8 root 92. Take note, root 92 is made up of a product of 46 times 2. So if 46 times 2 is what makes 92, root 92 would now be root 46 times root 2. And that 2 will multiply this 2 here to give you 2, which multiplies 8 to give you 16. Okay? So the 16 would now multiply. Okay, so you end up having 40 times 40 root 2 times root 2, which is now 80. 80 times 8 will give you, at the end of the day, you end up having 640 root 46. Okay? So 80 times 8 will give you 640 times root 46. Now, using 40 root 2 to multiply 40 root 46 would end up giving you this result, 1,600 root 92. Okay? So when you do that, you are going to have this. Now we are going to come over to the next term here. The next term, use this next term to multiply each of them here in the numerator. So minus 8 root 46 times 200 will give you minus 1,600 root 92. Okay? And if you use this to multiply this, minus 8 root 46 times 80, you are going to have 640 root 46. So you check that out. If you use minus 8 root 46 to multiply 8 root 92, you are going to have minus 64 times 16 root 2. Okay? So that will give you minus 64 times 46 root 2. Then lastly, you are going to have, when you use this to multiply the last term, you are going to end up having, permit me to bring it up here a little bit, you are going to end up having 320 times 46. Okay? Now, let's continue the solution over here. Let's continue the solution over here. So, finally, notice something that 1,600 root 92 cancels 1,600 root 92. This would also cancel this. Okay? So we'll be left with 1,600 minus 14720. Okay? We are going to have that. That is this minus this. The product of 320 and 46 would give you this. Okay? So I'm going to put this in brackets, plus 3,200 root 2. That is 3,200 root 2 minus the product of this times this will give you 2,944 root 2 all over. Now, if I square 40 root 2, I'm going to have 40 all squared will be 1,600. Okay? Times 2, it will give me 3,200. So I'm going to write 3,200 here. Then, if I square this, 8 squared will be 64. 64 times root 46 squared will give me 64 times 46, and that would amount to 2,944. So you end up having, when it is simplified, you end up having the numerator giving you 1,280 plus 256 root 2 all over 3,200 minus 2,944 will give you 256. And this can now simplify to this over 256 plus this root 2 over 256. Okay? Clearly this cancels, giving you 5 plus root 2, which can also be written as root 2 plus 5. Clearly, this shows that the square root of 2 plus 5 is indeed what we had, 2 over 10 plus root 92 plus 10 plus root 92 all over 4. So please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll be seeing you in my next video, where we shall be taking the square root of the difference of two swords. Thank you very much.